Hey, what's up, guys? Alex with Bay Cities Construction here. Today we're talking about balconies. And so many of you have asked me over the last few weeks a lot of different questions about balcony repair and your concerns. So I figured we'd do a video and we can answer questions in the video and teach you a little bit about what it is that I look for when I am going to the job site. So there's 5 main things that I look for when I do a physical inspection of the balconies. Now, granted, I want you to understand, I don't do balcony inspections as the report. Let's say you get a report or you have suspicion of a leak, call me and I'll go out to your place and assess it and take a look and identify problems with the balcony or potential problems with the balcony. So I'm going to walk you through some of these pictures that I've taken in the field and explain to you what it is that I see and what my interpretation is when I see these things in the field. All right. So this is a job we went to go look at early this month, and take a look at this. You see those like lines that are parallel along the length of the balcony, and you see how it's a little bulgy and it looks like it's been patched, like you've got this little thick orange peel. So this guy has lived there for a while. But before he bought the house, I suspect they did like a mediocre patch job here. This balcony actually has a tremendous amount of damage. But whenever I see that the surface is spongy or lifting, that is an indication that you have water intrusion. This little parapet wall here to the left, you'll see this drain. There's like 3 of those. In here, this is the area that I marked off to be opened up. You can see that the stucco's been repaired over a period of time. And then here you could see a little bit of rust underneath the scupper. Well, this balcony, you can see that the entire gravity beam is gone underneath the scupper. So it's trash. This balcony could collapse. That's one example. I'm going to walk you through another example of this house in Manhattan Beach that I went to go look at. This is a very common assembly. So you've got a parapet wall. Now look at this wall. Look at the stucco condition on that wall. You see the cracking and the mold growing? I bet you that the entirety of that parapet wall, the top of that wall, is rotted. And I normally see that dark mold grow through the stucco when it's coming off of the wood that's underneath there. This is the same balcony. There's a slate tile, and then there's like a door that's flush with the decking. So this is a no-go, guys. When you have a door that's flush with your deck, it's gonna leak there. That's a bad scenario. That all doors have to be about an inch and a half up in order to be properly waterproofed. This is another door here. You can see the doors flush with the deck. You're gonna have water intrusion. Now I want to show you here. There's like a little signs of people putting caulking, trying to follow the cracks. It's what I call chasing gremlins. Like, I don't know if you remember the movie in the 1980s, the Gremlins. They would get wet and they would multiply. Well, that's what happens to cracks. If it keeps getting wet, they multiply. This picture here, now I'm underneath the balcony in the garage, and the homeowner had the drywall removed. So you could see that it's toast. All that black stuff, that's just mold. That literally, if I stepped on some of those dark spots, my foot could go through the balcony surface. So I don't like to, if I go to your house and you see me tippy-toeing around your balcony, it's because I don't want to fall through it. It's very common actually to break the subfloor if you're walking on it because it's so far gone. So here's another point of leak is the floor drains. So we talked about that. Leaks happen at the doors, at the sliding doors or the swing doors. They happen at the drains or the scuppers. They happen at the parapet wall connection to the deck surface. Basically, this is what we're looking for. See, if somebody comes in there, starts drilling some holes, you see how not every bay is full of that black fungus, but there's a lot of fungus on here. Like, there's no way to salvage the subfloor on this. And some of those floor joists that are infected have to be removed. This beam is questionable. Plausible that you could keep it if we can treat it and get all that mold off of it. But that white fungus, that stuff's nasty. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. So you see, if you're just doing a very small inspection hole, you're not going to get the totality of what you got to deal with here, right? So this balcony is opened enough now that an engineer can come in and develop a repair, and we could be able to, we could do a cost analysis of what it's going to cost to do the repair based on their new design. So a big question about cost is going to be whether this huge beam that the floor joists are tied into is going to have to be replaced or not, because that bad boy that beam by itself is like probably $3,500. These are the little telltale signs that show damage. All right, guys, this is a balcony I went to go see in Redondo Beach. It's a rooftop balcony, and it was serviced, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, and it's got like some leaks. You could tell that it hasn't been cleaned very often because it's starting to grow mold. By the way, you should have it painted every 5 years with an elastomeric paint, by the way, as part of your maintenance program. That'll make, if you do that, triple the life of the waterproof system underneath it. So when I walk around, I'm looking at the corners. I'm looking for stucco chipping off. I'm looking for rust on the flashing of the perimeter. I'm obviously looking for cracks on the floor. And this is really, this balcony really needed maintenance. So I probably would have put a new waterproof system above that, because you see the flashing was installed new. I think probably very poorly applied, the waterproof system itself. All right, this is another house I went to go look at in Redondo. So check this out, guys. Look at that sloppy, cracky connection between the flashing on the wall to deck surface. You see the tracks of the sliding door. This door for sure is leaking water. Now, I do like the height of the door. See how there's a nice little gap of a little area there that you could put plenty of flashing. And the balcony was pretty dirty, not very well maintained. This is the top cap of the parapet wall. You can see how the stucco is deteriorated. And then here we go. We've got a no-brainer. We got cracks. Cracks allow water to penetrate. That's straight up. So this is a good candidate for removal of the subfloor, removal of 10 inches of stucco around the perimeter, new flashing, and a new waterproof system. And for those of you that put turf or carpets or anything like that, this is always a bad idea, especially around here around the beach areas, because you're capturing water and it's constantly moist. It's not allowing that surface to air dry. Now you may get a little bit of benefit from protecting it from the sun, but that constant moisture is not good for your waterproof system. So my recommendation for this project would be to do a full replacement of the subfloor, new waterproof system, and install a new sliding door that'd be properly waterproofed. I would also open up this cap of the parapet wall, re-waterproof it, remove whatever's rotted, and put it. So let's talk a little bit about what the subfloor looks like. So on here, this is a progress picture. We replaced the existing waterproof system. We removed it, and we put new CDX plywood down. Now, this handrail is going to be removed. So what I'm waiting on now is for the handrail manufacturers to install the new handrail that's going to go on the fascia board, and then they'll simultaneously remove the existing handrail, and then our waterproofer can come back and start putting waterproof system on top of this. This is one of the projects that we're working on in West Hollywood, where you have a completely gone rim board, and the orthogonal piece, the orthogonal beam that comes from the wall, is going to have to be replaced as well. So that's got major damage back there. This is going to be a full rebuild on this balcony. This is a wide shot of that same balcony. You can see the rim is all chewed up, rotted out. This is from so here, guys, watch this. You see that white stuff right above the green flashing? That is the rust. The flashing is cut. It's cut in half by rust. So it's just not waterproof anymore. And if you let people put plants on there and the balcony is leaking, you're going to cause a lot of damage over a short period of time, and catastrophic damage if you let it go for a long period of time. This is what it looks like when you break the stucco around the doors. So when we install new doors, we're going to put in a new construction flange on there, and you will be able to properly waterproof the perimeter of your door. We do not remove the door and put the same door back on. Okay, don't do that. That's just a big waste of time. That thing is going to leak like crazy. These types of stairs, this magnesite stuff, it's old. I mean, it's past its prime, and you'll see that almost every time that we remove this, there's substantial termite damage in the area because it's been leaking for a long time. So just to recap your top 5 signs, I'm looking for leaks at scuppers, at the door entries or under the doors. Obviously, if there's any cracks on the surface, any drains, and then the flashing around the perimeter of your parapet walls. And there's many times I'm going to get you guys a picture of this, but there oftentimes the bases of the handrails that are penetrating the waterproof system, those are a major source of water intrusion. So these are the things that I'm looking for. And if you want to learn more about getting your balcony fixed, you want to learn more about balcony costs to get it fixed and the techniques, please make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll send you some of that content as we create it. Guys, my name's Alex with Bay Cities Construction. Reminding you don't need a contractor. You need a team of pros. See ya.